to abide by that. Kung sa tingin nyo po, meron pong pagkukulang at sa tingin nyo po sa mga ganito pong klaseng mga application for voluntary deportation ay kakailanganin na direct flight po at sa isang maikling distansya lamang po ang kanyang tatahakin. Kung sa tingin po ng Senado ay nararapat po na i-plug ang loophole po na yon, then we seek the help of this honorable committee and of the Senate.
Yeah, but for now, can you verify from your team
Yes, po.
kung merong ganun, indeed there was a flight supposedly going to China but instead went to Kuala Lumpur, and allegedly yung mga taong dapat i-deport natin nasa Cambodia na ngayon, no? Based on information.
It's verified, Your Honor. The ultimate destination was Guangzhou in China, but there was a transit flight via Kuala Lumpur, Your Honor.
Paano napunta sa pababa? Tapos Guangzhou is pataas.
Your
Kuala
Honor,
Lumpur is pababa, lower
Yeah.
than us. So
Yes,
paano
po.
napunta sa
You-
Kuala Lumpur and then babalik sa Guangzhou?
Your Honor, as stated po, we only take into consideration in approving the application for voluntary deportation as to the ultimate destination. Any transit po, kung saan man po yun, is not disallowed.
Who paid for the tickets? On that particular
respondents
case?
po.
The respondents paid for the
Paid for
tickets.
the-
Who approved the deportation?
The deportation is approved by the Board of Commissioners, Your Honor. And then ang implementation po, through the Deportation Implementation Unit, Your Honor.
It doesn't make sense, Commissioner, na itong mga ito nahuli natin dito sa mga scamming hubs, sa mga pogo hubs. Gusto natin ibalik sila sa pinanggalingan nila para doon sila malitis, hopefully, lalo na pag China dahil mahigpit yung kanilang mga batas doon tungkol sa gambling. Pero na-divert papuntang Kuala Lumpur na ang layo-layo pagkukumpara mo sa Guangzhou.
Ultimately, Your Honor, we subscribe to the ultimate destination po nila. Pagka saan man po sila magkakaroon ng transit flight is beyond our power to monitor, Your Honor.
But I think in my humble opinion, they should go back to their country of origin. That should be very clear.
Yes, sir.
The diversion became a way for them to escape. Naging Alice Go Part 2 ho to eh. Nag-escape ho sila. Pumunta ho sila sa Cambodia because yan talaga ho ang negosyo nila. Commissioner, we cannot stop criminals from doing criminal activities.
Your Honor, ito pong mga subjects po na ito are subject of blacklist orders on the part issued by the Bureau of Immigration. So we commit to prevent their re-entry into the Philippines. Yun po ang importante, Your Honor. Aside from the deportation, nakalagay na po sila sa blacklist po namin. So hindi na po makakabalik dito sa Pilipinas. It is our mandate to control our borders. It is our mandate actually to detain these people for eventual deportation. Yun po ang aming mandato, Your Honor. Ngayon po, kung sa tingin po natin, meron pong kasong kriminal na dapat pong i-file laban po sa kanila, ang pag-usap lang po namin, i-file po agad. Kasi po, pagka na-issuehan po ng NBI clearance yan at wala naman po naka-file na kaso against them, then we are mandated to implement the deportation as decided upon by the Board of Commissioners. Yun po ang, ngayon po, Your Honor, as in compliance and in accordance with the Supreme Court case, way back, I think 2015, which we adhere to faithfully, pagka meron hong criminal cases filed against a particular alien, and then kahit na po kami ay ongoing ang deportation proceedings and eventually nagkaroon po kami ng decision to deport with the pendency of the criminal case, we will give way. We have to give way. Hihintayin po namin matapos po yung kasong criminal po na yon. But without that, Your Honor.
Commissioner, my point of the matter is itong mga dinideport natin naging inutil dahil nakakawala sila. Dahil papunta sila ng Guangzhou, pero na-divert sila papuntang Kuala Lumpur at doon na sila nagtakasan. My humble suggestion is to change the policy and just bring them back to their country of origin. As simple as that. Bakit ba ho natin kailangan pa itong mga ito talagang gusto ho nilang kung gusto nga kung pwede nga dito na sila manatili sa bansa natin para hindi sila malitis doon. In fact, I read your interview. Ang sabi nyo dapat ayusin yung batas natin dahil may butas at ginagamit yung batas natin para manatili sila dito by filing cases against themselves.
Yes.
Diba? So, ang point of the matter ko, kung makikita ho natin yung mga ugali ho nito, tatakas at tatakas sila. So my personal suggestion, ibalik natin sila kung saan sila nanggaling. Doon sila malitis, doon sila makulong.
Willing po kami, Your Honor, to abide by your suggestion and change the policy. But I think it also deserves further study considering that marami rin po kaming dinideport na hindi naman po galing China, meron po mga galing Africa, wherein there are no direct flights. So, yun lang po ang kailangan po nating aralin pagdating po sa pagbabadeport.
Yeah, but I think as a rule, dapat bumalik sila kung saan sila nanggaling. Kasi the tendency to escape and the tendency to evade, nandoon Nakikita ho natin yun And in the last hearing, napakita rin po ng ating chairperson na may mga ilan individual rin na tumakas sa Hong Kong naman. Di ba ho? So makikita natin yung tendency. Itong mga taong to, iba dito may pera, iba dito may kaya, may connection. Mga criminal syndicates to I'm sure may connection rin sila sa ibang mga bansa. Kaya kung hindi ho natin dadalin sila at sasaluhin nung country of origin, talaga makakawala at makakawala sila. At yun ang isang punto ho nitong hearing na ito. Takpan natin yung mga gaps, yung mga butas sa polisiya natin para hindi na ho paulit-ulit ho to. Pakitingin na lang, Commissioner, because nakakaya, nanguhuli tayo, nagde-deport tayo, pero babalik sila ng Cambodia, tatakas sila sa iba. Nakakahiya, sa parte ho natin.
We subscribe to that, Your Honor. If I may lang po, considering our recent experience involving China, nagkaroon po ng tulungan pagdating po sa gastos po ng pagpapadeport po nila. China actually shouldered the costs of deportation by chartering a flight for 100 plus deportees who are of Chinese citizenship. Meron po kasi, Your Honor, na costs ang detention, Your Honor. I think this can be confirmed by the PAOK. Doon lang pong rai-run sa operation namin, Your Honor. Kasi po, because of humanitarian reasons, syempre po, papakainin po natin yung mga detainees. From January 8 to February 28, I think for food alone, PAOK shouldered 5 million plus. Ganun po kamahal, Your Honor, ng pagpapakain sa kanila. The BI had to shoulder yung kuryente, even po yung CR po, nagbara. Ilaw, lahat po yan, Your Honor. And we also have to double up on our security. So meron pong costs, Your Honor, ang preparations prior to deportation, yung pong detention and everything. So malaking tulong nga po na ang China tumulong po sa atin doon sa pagpapadeport po. Pero hindi ho laging ganyan ang kaso. And we cannot afford na tayo naman po ang laging gagastos pagdating sa pagpapadeport po sa kanila. The BI itself, ang amin pong naging budget dyan, parang 40 million. Kung 40, no? 4 million lang po pala. I stand corrected. 4 million. So ang ticket po, let's say, for China is 20,000. Ilan lang po ang mapapadeport po natin dyan sa budget po na yan. And there are costs to deportation, Your Honor. And detention. So we also have to take that into consideration, Your Honor. Thank you very much, Your
I
Honor.
understand, Commissioner. Just to end this point, I understand, Commissioner. And you have the support of the Senate in terms of allocating budget.
Thank you.
Kung kailangan, itong nangyayari ngayon, kung kailangan ng suportas in terms of budget, makakaasa kayo.
Salamat po,
Importante naman makita natin ay merong output. Ang gusto lang ho natin, takpan lang yung mga butas. No, kasi may mga information nga ho tayo na ito sa mga niniport ho natin, bumabalik sila sa ginagawa nilang kriminalidad. Yun ang iniiwasan ho natin. Kaya kung ano man mga policy o batas na kailangan nating ayusin na ho natin. That's the whole point why we are doing this hearing. No?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Siyempre, ang masasabi ko lang at this
Salamat
point,
po.
Senator Sherwin, mas costly pa na hindi bantayan ng maayos yung borders natin para nakakapasok yung mga bad actors na ito o kaya nailalabas yung ating mga kababayan para abusuhin abroad. Mas costly pa po yun na hindi tayo magkaroon ng mahusay at may integridad na mga ahensyang dapat nagbabantay sa borders natin. Follow-up ko po yung isang point ni Senator Sherwin. Sabi po sa final destination should be the country of origin. Pero I'll prove further dun sa halimbawang binigay ni Senator Sherwin, may mga Vietnamese dineport to Cambodia. Nung February 25 po, Commissioner, there was a deportation of 10 Vietnamese nationals. Tama po ba?
We will verify, Your Honor.
Yes, please. At tama po ba ako na lumipad sila sa Philippine Airlines Flight PR 2621?
Your Honor, wala pong Vietnamese daw na lumipad noong February 25. Your Honor.
Wala pong Vietnamese na lumipad nung Feb 25 sa flight papuntang Phnom Penh?
Mga Chinese po yata, Your Honor.
Mga Chinese. Sige, tanungin ko po yung PAOK. Kasi sa pagkaalam ko, mga Vietnamese ito, ngayon sinasabi ng BI mga Chino, pero yung isa pang alam namin ay supposedly papunta no, sa final destination. Pero ang final destination na ito ay papuntang Phnom Penh. So hindi lang ito layover issue, total diversion ito. Could I ask Director Casio kung alam niyo po ba itong deportation of 10 Vietnamese nationals noong February 25?
I received a communication from the People's Republic of Vietnam. It was an official communication inquiring as to whether we knew about it. But considering that the said operation was not, the said deportation was not a product of a PAOK-supported operation, I opted not to officially reply. So I told the consul of the People's Republic of Vietnam that they better address their question directly to the concerned agencies, which in this case would be the Bureau of Immigration, the National Bureau of Investigation, because these were operations that they conducted.
So, if-flash ko po yung sulat and then tanungin ko kay Commissioner Viado kung nag-inquire nga po ba sa inyo yung Embassy ng People's Republic of Vietnam.
Wala po ako natanggap na sulat to that effect.
I will flash a letter po, Commissioner.
Your Honor, if I may, February 24 po
Yes,
yata yung date.
all right, Commissioner.
It's
So,
not
February 24.
Opo, 10 Vietnamese.
Yes, 10 Vietnamese nationals.
The ultimate destination was Hanoi,
Hanoi.
and then transit through Cambodia. Transit through Cambodia, Your Honor.
Okay. Pero yung Philippine Airlines Flight PR 2621 na sinakyan nung 10 Vietnamese nationals nung February 24, ito po ay papuntang Phnom Penh?
Vietnam was the destination, transit through
Hanoi.
Cambodia, Your Honor.
Transit through Phnom
Cambodia.
Penh. And then, final destination, Hanoi, sabi niyo po?
Hanoi. Hanoi, Your Honor.
Alright. So, pero mandating direct flights is not prohibited. Ngayon pa lamang pwede niyong gawin yon, di po ba? And kayo po bilang commissioner ng BI, hindi ba dapat direct? Anong tingin niyo po?
We conform with what is stated in Commonwealth Act 613, Section 38, Your Honor. Yun po yung sinasabi ko pong antiquated na batas na, Your Honor. Wherein the Commissioner has the option to remove the subject, and he's given 3 choices. First is the port of origin. Second, country of nationality. Third is the country of residence. No particular order of preference, Your Honor. So, kung kailangan po nating baguhin po yung patakaran po na yan, kailangan po nating baguhin ng batas, Your Honor.
And Commissioner, BI has actually done that before. Na yung ibang deportation orders po nag-specify na direct flights. Bakit po hindi ginawa sa mga kaso nito?
Kung in the past po, Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, if I may ask, was that during my time or?
During the time of the BI, kahit governed by the Commonwealth Act that the Commissioner has just cited, and
Yes.
that section, yung options, there have been times before that
That
the
would-
Commissioner utilized the option of
Yes.
direct flights.
Your Honor, that would have been the option availed of by the Commissioner of Immigration at that time. But I still conform with what is stated in the law, wherein the Commissioner of the Immigration has the option, 3 options to avail of. Stated, port of origin, country of nationality, country of residence. Yun po, Your Honor. Kung ano man po ang naging patakaran ng dating Commissioner of Immigration, siya po ang ano po noon, decision po niya yon, Your Honor. But I still subscribe to what is stated in the law. Kung gusto po natin baguhin, we are willing to abide by that. But we need to amend the law, Your Honor.
Okay, salamat, Commissioner. So, did you tell me earlier, Commissioner, that the Embassy of the People's Republic of Vietnam did not write you about these 10 Vietnamese nationals, or did they po?
If they did, Your Honor, admittedly, I wasn't able to see it. If they did, Your Honor.
Later, I will also ask the NBI kung gaya ng sinabi ng PAOK, aside from BI, kung sumulat din ang Embassy ng People's Republic of Vietnam sa NBI tungkol sa deportations na ito. And just for the record, still with Commissioner, iba po yung usapin ng ultimate destination sa kung direct flight or may connecting flight. And I think sa dami lang ng interes ng kababayan natin at investigasyon na ginawa ng Senado on these and related issues, hindi po natin pwedeng ituring na ordinaryong mga deportees itong mga taong ito kasi kaugnay ng POGO. POGO na naging subject pa ng isang SONA announcement, naging subject pa ng isang EO, nagiging subject ngayon ng isang panukalang batas na sabihin sa batas na illegal ang POGO. So hindi ito mga ordinaryong nag-expire ang visa or whatever. And I don't think any of us working in government can play innocent, no, about that. Could I? Yes, so ito po, colleagues, yung second paragraph, this is a copy of the letter addressed to the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission of the Philippines. Regarding to this matter, 10 Vietnamese workers out of 141 workers arrested at Bicutan Center were deported on February 25, so here it's still 25, 2025, on Philippine Airlines flight number PR 2621 from Manila to Cambodia. However, the Vietnam Embassy in the Philippines had not been informed about that deportation before or on the date they were deported. Additionally, so I think it's the embassy saying this, they should be deported to Vietnam, not to Cambodia. This causes difficulties and obstacles during our process of citizen protection. So, yung embassy na po ng People's Republic of Vietnam ang nagre-reklamo na bakit sa Cambodia nyo dinedeport yung mga nationals namin. So, samantalang dapat, obviously, common sense, dapat sa Vietnam. Commissioner. If you have no comment about that, Commissioner, I will leave it at that. Pero to add to what Senator Sherwin has said, this is another case of deportees ibinabalik hindi sa country of origin, or rather, hindi lang via flights na hindi direct, pero ibinabalik, pero hindi sa countries of origin nila. If I could continue. Okay. My gosh. Okay. So tuloy pa rin po, Commissioner, para sa BI. Kaya ko lang po ito medyo pinanggigigilan kasi itong mga tao po nito ay, yun na nga, hindi naman po normal na yun na nga, nag-overstay lang ng visa. Involved po sila sa industriyang ito na tad-tad talaga ng krimen. Yung mga taong ito hindi naman natanggalan ng lisensya, kaya pinaalis. Marami po sa kanila sangkot sa mga krimen ng scamming, kidnapping, human trafficking, torture at rape. So, ano po ang polisiya ng BI dito? Hindi po ba dapat ay kasuhan muna sila at panagutin dito sa Pilipinas? Hindi lang basta i-deport na parang walang nangyari.
Your Honor, ang polisiya po at mandato ng Bureau of Immigration ay pangalagaan po ang ating borders. At kung meron po kami nakikitang violation ng immigration laws, kakasuhan po namin, like undesirability, fraud. Pero kung meron pong kasong kriminal na nakikita po ang mga otoridad natin, ang mandato po ay nasa DOJ. At mandato rin po ng korte na i-hear po yan pagka meron na pong na-file na kaso at naging information po before the courts. Ngayon po, as I've stated, Your Honor, beforehand, kung sakali po na kami po ay merong naumpisahan at even natapos ng deportation proceedings, pero meron pong nakabinbin o currently na tinatry na isang kasong kriminal involving these individuals, we will give way. Mandata po namin yon. Yan po ang nakalagay sa isang Supreme Court case, Your Honor. We have to abide by that. Territorial po ang jurisdiction ng ating mga korte. So we have to give way, Your Honor, to the criminal proceedings. So hindi po kami pwede mag-deport pag meron pong nakabinbin o meron na pong na-file na criminal case against these particular persons. Kami po, ang mandato po namin, kasuhan po sila, hear po ang kaso na yon kung meron pong immigration law violation. But for criminal cases, wala po kaming mandato po doon, Your Honor.
Kaya ako po tinatanong ito, Commissioner, dahil isa rin po itong posibleng oportunidad sa korupsyon. Paano nyo nasisiguro na walang korupsyon dito? Sorry po, pero di po ako naniniwala na yung isang grupo ng 3 na lumipad tapos nakatakas sa layover na walang kumita. Lumipad yung 40 at hindi dumating sa China at walang kumita. Lumipad ang 10 Vietnamese papuntang Cambodia at walang kumita. Inireklamo pa ng embassy nila dito. So, what checks does the Bureau have in place to ensure na walang corruption?
Ma'am, dumaan po yan sa mahabang proseso. Any approval ng deportation goes through the Board of Commissioners. Ang implementation po dadaan po sa Deportation Implementation Unit. Dadaan po yan sa Legal Division, dadaan po yan sa National Bureau of Investigation for the issuance of the proper clearances. Ngayon po, kung meron pong sinasabi niyo pong kumita dito sa bagay na ito, sabihin niyo po sa amin para ma-imbestigahan namin agad. Pero,
Sir, matagal ko na pong hiningi yung internal investigation. Hiningi po namin ng subcommittee na ito sa lahat ng mga ahensya na inimbita sa hearing. Ang nasabi nyo pa sa publiko, sa media, walang involved. Ganong ka-blanket na wala pa pong ulat ng internal investigation at naging basehan ng conclusion na wala pong involved at wala pong kumita.
Ma'am, sinabi ko po kanina, after internal investigation, we came up with those findings na wala pong may sala. Ngayon po, kung meron pong informasyon, ma'am, please, we are willing to do that. We are willing to investigate. But we are a country of laws. Any prosecution should be evidence-based. Hindi naman po kami pwedeng mag-resort sa fishing expedition. Your Honor, we are a country of laws. We cannot resort to fishing expedition. Kung wala pong ebidensya, wala po kami. Hindi po kami makakapag-proceed.
Certainly, the Senate shares yung sinabi nyo na we are a country of laws. Kaya nga kami nag-iimbestiga dito. At kaya ang haba-haba na po ng PC namin sa higit kalahating taon na hindi pa masagot yung unang tanong na paano tumakas si Alice Guo, nanganak ng ganitong mga kaugnay na issue. Eto po, ito po yung process ayon sa isang former deportee. While pwede ang connecting flight, sa pagkaalam niya, kailangan po ng nag-deport, ibig sabihin BI, na i-communicate sa transit immigration at sasalubungin siya. So hindi lang siya libreng mag-deplane, umikot dun sa airport, and then lumabas na lang kung sakali. So, bakit walang ganito dito sa recent deportations?
Your Honor, I believe that the process that you're referring to refers to fugitives. As far as yung mga pong nahuli po namin recently, they are not classified as fugitives.
Kung fugitive man itong particular na former deportee, pero I think may halaga pa rin itanong dito sa kaso ng mga dinedeport kaugnay ng pag-shutdown natin sa POGOs at pag-shutdown natin sa human trafficking. Kasi halimbawa nga, yung layover flights malino na ginamit para tumakas, di maintindihan pa ng subcommittee bakit ayaw pang gawing policy ang direct flights sa Asia. Or kung pipilitin na may layover pa rin, may transit flights, hindi ba better part of reason na itong mga problematikong deportees na kaugnay ng POGO ay dapat samahan? I feel like I'm belaboring the obvious na para hindi sila makatakas lang, makabalik lang dito, possibly under false pretenses, kahit blacklisted na sila, bunga ng biometrics nung binanggit nyong unit kanina, at patuloy na gawin yung kanilang dirty business dito. So, yun po, that averment from the subcommittee still sticks na hindi po pwedeng ituring na ordinaryong deportee lang itong mga dineport kaugnay ng POGO, kaugnay ng human trafficking. Dapat merong higit na pag-iingat ang BI.
We conform with the suggestion of the Honorable Chairperson and of Senator Gatchalian, and will look into the policy concerning these deportees more closely, Your Honor.
Thank you for that,
Yes, Your Honor.
Commissioner. Kasi yan po yung isang malinaw sa akin ngayong araw. Within sa mandate ng BI, mag-require ng direct flight. Sabi nyo nga may 3 option at isa yun. And
Yes.
in particular, to require direct flights for POGO workers. Kasi wala naman sa batas na bawal
Yes,
o
po, Your Honor.
na wala sa batas na dapat ang layover.
Thank you very much, Your Honor, for the suggestion.
Yes, Senator Sherwin.
Madam Chair, I support your statement, Madam Chair, that to simplify things, Commissioner, kung saan siya saan siya pinanganak, ano ang kanyang citizenship, balik natin doon. And I was looking at the Commonwealth Act that you mentioned. No? This is a law promulgated 1940 pa.
1940, Your Honor.
Yeah, so I would assume, ewan ko kung may pinanganak dito 1940, but I would assume that the transnational criminality now is much more vigorous, no, compared to 1940 dahil ngayon may internet, merong cellphone, may communication. Noong 1940, wala pang cellphone noon, walang internet. So, my point of the matter here is, napakadali na ngayon para tumakas dahil isang text mo lang, isang WeChat, isang WhatsApp, pwede ka nang abangan sa kabilang bansa at ipuslit ka. No? So, it's really about time that we should look into this law.
Yes, Your
Because
Honor.
it's not
I agree.
applicable to the times anymore.
Yes, Your Honor. We agree. We have been pushing for that for the past 25 years, Your Honor.
And one of the, na-mention nyo kanina dito, meron silang mga options, no, country where he came from, to the country of his birth, and all that. Pero wala naman ho sinabi ho dito na pwede mag-stop over, no? Pwede may transit, diba?
Your Honor.
My understanding of this is in layman terms, is point to point. Kasi once na may transit, once na mayroong layover, di na natin makikita. I'm sure wala naman kayong taong
Yes, Your
nakaabang doon.
I understand, Your Honor, but exclusio unius es exclusio alterius. What is not excluded is deemed included. Hindi po excluded yung may transit. And Your Honor, we have to consider that, as you've stated, 1940 law po ito. Air travel then was practically not non-existent, but travel by ship pa ho ang prevalent nung time na yun. So, the point being, we're pushing for the amendment of the law or for a new law. Kaya po, pwede po ma-address ito. But, Your Honor, as I've stated, what is not excluded is deemed included. Kung hindi po excluded dito, then included. Allowed po ang transit, Your Honor.
It's a matter of policy.
It's a matter of law, Your Honor.
Yeah,
It's a matter of law.
but I think because the law did not state that you can do transit, you can do diversions, we should strictly apply it because of the circumstances. Yung circumstances ngayon eh. We're talking about transnational criminals eh. We're talking about criminals who have much better networks than compared to all of us. Ito mga taong to may network sa Cambodia, may network sa Hong Kong. Nakita na natin yan eh. No? Nakita natin si Guo Huaping kung paano siya tumakas at umikot-ikot ng napakadali kasi may sumasalo sa kanya in every port. Diba? So my point of the matter there is the times have changed. And our policy should respond to those times. Yes, we agree that the law should be amended, but I think looking at where the situation is right now, tingnan na yung policy natin, dapat amendahan natin. Simplihan na natin kung saan silang pinanganak, anong citizenship nila, dali na natin doon. Para wala na silang takas pagdating nila doon. No? So that's my humble suggestion, Commissioner.
I agree, Your Honor. The times have changed and the law should change.
Yeah.
I agree, Your Honor. The times have changed and the law should change with the times, Your Honor. Kung kailangan pong baguhin ng polisiya, babaguhin po namin. Pero kung kailangan pong baguhin ng batas, baguhin din po natin. That is our appeal to the Honorable Senate, Your Honor. Thank you.
Submit to us the amendments that you want. You have our support. The
Thank you very
department
much,
has
Your
the
Honor.
support. Submit nyo na lang sa amin kung ano yung gusto nyong baguhin, but we have to really make sure that this law is attuned to the situation now. Iba na yung mundo ngayon eh. And just submit to the committee.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Commissioner, neither is direct flight prohibited by the law. Hindi po nakatali yung kamay nyo to choose only among the three options. Obviously, may problema yung policy sa ngayon eh. Nakakatakas eh. So, bakit hesitant kayong iutos na dapat direct flight pag POGO-related deportees?
Your Honor, hindi po hesitant, but I would take into consideration po the advice given by the Honorable Senators, Your Honor.
This is good advice in hindsight, Commissioner, pero pwede nyo na sanang nakita ito habang umaandar itong problemang ito. With three options in the law, you could have and you should have, I guess, chosen yung pinakamahigpit na option na siguradong walang makakatakas sa layover at siguradong walang makakapunta sa ibang bansa kaysa sa pinanggalingan niya.